Well, it looks like the giant media conglomerate itself named Disney has finished its D23 event this year as it means to set up their 100th anniversary in 2023, which is obviously after this year. That should tell you, if you somehow don't know, that the Walt Disney Company was founded in 1923. Hooray! Now, only time will tell if this 100th anniversary year and celebration will be worth it. I mean, Disney has made an avalanche of content throughout its almost centennial run, whether it's good, bad, or anything in between. Walt Disney himself, and maybe Mickey Mouse, would probably be overwhelmed right now on how far their company has come since it began as it heads into the unknown. Spooky. Anyway, one of Disney's divisions that we're going to be talking about right now is Disney Channel once again. I mean, that network has had countless TV shows, whether they be cartoons or live-action sitcoms, but I feel like there should be a little more variety with their content, like make something live-action that isn't a sitcom, or make a computer-animated TV show or something. I'm just thinking out loud here. Anyway, one show of theirs that I would like to talk about is Dog with a Blog. Airing from 2012 to 2015, this sitcom revolves around the James Jennings family, as the sister named Avery Jennings and the brother named Tyler James can't seem to get along with each other. So the parents named Bennett James and Ellen Jennings adopt a pet dog named Stan from the shelter in the hopes that it would bring the whole family together, along with the younger sister named Chloe James together. The kids eventually discover that Stan is a talking dog, and they agree to keep that a secret from their parents, fearing that if they find out, Stan will be taken away to be experimented on. Stan also blogs on the family's computer at nights while they are asleep, and the kids don't know that until the end of season 2, and of course, hilarity ensues. One episode of the show that I want to look over today to prepare you guys for Halloween season is literally called Howloween. Get used to the dog puns here, ladies and gentlemen, because there's quite a few of them. Are you ready, kids? Wait, wrong franchise, never mind. So basically the premise of this episode is that Halloween is almost here, but instead of planning to go trick-or-treating for the sweet taste of candy or probably any kind whatsoever, the James Jennings family decided to throw a Halloween party after the one they had last year was so good the ghost hunters wouldn't leave them alone. How did Avery do that last year? Anyway, Ellen makes a request for Stan to stay outside for the party out of fear that he would run to the front door barking every time their doorbell rings. This upsets Stan because he is the only one who doesn't get to have any fun. So Avery and Tyler decide to have Stan completely disguise himself in a Halloween costume so the parents won't even know that he is actually a dog. This in turn presents him with a golden opportunity right there. That being that if no one knows that Stan is a dog during the party, that means he can actually talk to Ellen and Bennett and ask them personal questions that he always wanted to know the answers to. Meanwhile, Avery finds out that her crush named Wes loves Halloween and is attending a different Halloween party. She wants to go, but the parents won't allow it because she is the committed one to the family and friends who can make their party a success, and they can't do it without her. Avery gets upset about this and goes on strike this year, resulting in the party to start off not going so well until her friends, Lindsay and Max, break the news that Wes is actually coming to her party. This regains her confidence to make the party a success. Tyler decides to pull a scary prank on her to hit her back in the spirit in the meantime. Meanwhile, Stan uses his robot costume to talk to Bennett and Ellen and learns from them that Bennett adopted them because of his intelligence behind his eyes that Avery could connect with, and Ellen adopted a dog as a lonely kid named Rascal, but somehow ran away, making her alone again, resulting in her hating dogs since then. Meanwhile, Wes arrives, but Bennett inadvertently triggered the prank that Tyler forgot about, resulting in Avery getting covered in fake blood. Wes surprisingly likes it, and he and Avery start to connect until the former moves away in the later episode Love, Lost, and a Beanbag Toss. Stan blogs at the end about how he can't wait to talk to them again next year, even though that unfortunately never happens again. Way to lie to your audience there, show. And the episode wraps up with Bennett and Ellen getting scared, thinking that the robot costume that Stan was in was a ghost underneath. You know, something tells me I'm hungry for some bacon right about now. Good! As far as positive factors go, I find it rather touching how Bennett reveals what made him adopt Stan, and Ellen reveals why she doesn't like dogs. It truly answers some questions that fans of the show may have had up to this point in the series. The Halloween party itself, when it is turned around, is pretty cool to look at, even though I don't like being scared myself. Stan's robot costume is pretty neat, I'll give it that. I love the couple of coincidences in this episode, like Bennett, Ellen, Tyler, and Chloe all wearing fortune teller costumes at the same time, and Tyler wearing a domino costume along with his parents that leads to a humorous punchline. Pretty sexy, huh? Oh, and speaking of sexy, the Dog with a Blog wiki states that a lot of fans complained about the pun, probably because they can't handle adult humor and kids content. For me, I kinda like the joke, because I can see Tyler being attractive for a teenager. What more can I say? My only problem, though, is how come he didn't notice that there were 5 dots on his costume and not 6? He should be old enough to apply them to himself, unless he's too lazy to do that himself, that Avery had to apply them to him off screen. Just asking, nobody in particular. I even like Wes himself in this show. I think he's nice and handsome. Good on you, Disney. Now bring him back. I even like how after the events of the episode, Stan and Ellen start to get along with each other, and the former makes her not feel alone, aside from the one time he ran away in the later episode. Stan runs away. But I don't think I would blame the reason for him doing so right there. So yeah, get along, kiddies. Bad. As far as negative factors go, the episode implies that the James Jennings family had a Halloween party last year, even though that was never an episode, and that's an ass pull if you ask me. The humor is hit and miss for me, but I did like parts of it. Also, it may be just me, but when Stan leaves Tyler in his Rough Seas costume, get the pun, ha! I hear drum sounds, even though they have no purpose in this episode, so why even have them right there? Also, it's never explained how Avery managed to turn the Halloween party around in a short amount of time. Like, did she have the people there fix it up off screen or something? Because that's the only plausible excuse I could think of here. Also, like I mentioned before, Tyler somehow didn't notice the 5 dots on his domino costume that doesn't have one other dot on it. Lame. Another problem I have is when Tyler notices that he forgot to take down his fake blood prank, why didn't he immediately try to stop his dad from triggering it? It's not like he doesn't have enough time to do so. I guess it's so Wes and Avery can connect with each other, even though they could have done so without the prank happening, if you know what I mean. Also, at the end, when Ellen and Bennett notice that Stan's robot costume is still here, Stan shouldn't have said anything to make them believe that Jack-o'-lanternberg has left his costume behind. That dog must be really lucky that he didn't get caught talking right there. And according to the show's wiki, says that the ending after the party is in daytime, even though I don't see much daylight outside. If that's the case, why are the lights behind Stan whenever he's blogging the ones where you clap twice to turn on and off for a spooky effect? Has anyone in this show done that as well to no effect? Because if that's the case, why? Another complaint, oh gosh, when will I stop, is when the lights go out by the lightning storm while Stan is blogging. I hope he was thinking of his screaming, because otherwise there is no way the family didn't hear that when it is already established the parents can hear him when he talks aloud. Boo. Overall, Halloween is an enjoyable episode of Dog with a Blog that doesn't feel like a filler episode, and even with the countless flaws I pointed out here, I would at the very least recommend it if you have nothing else to watch for the Halloween season. But you know something, and this is off topic by the way, if I did have one issue with the show as a whole, it would be they never had a Thanksgiving episode, since the holiday and the show as a whole are about a family coming together, which I feel would have been fitting, but oh well. So with that taken care of, I'm going to give this episode 4 fingers out of 5. Alright everybody, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and or whatever floats your boat. I'm the Purple Mario, and happy Halloween, everybody! I could really use some coffin drops right now. Go on, Jonathan.